Everyone, I hope you're well. You might want to jump in game right now because we've got a free gift. Now, to get this, you need to log on to Plarium Play on the PC or download the game through the Raid web store for Android. So not through Google Play, but the Raid web store for Android. Log into your account and you should see this platform gift right in the game. As we can see, we get 1 ancient shard, 100 player points, 1 energy refill, 2 times 50 multi-battles, and 150,000 silver. This is not a promo code, but it is a gift for all players. Not only that, if you click the link in the description right now or scan the QR code above my head, you can get all of these champions as you level up on a new raid account. We've also got a pretty interesting thing going on in game right now. If you haven't seen, we've got the Skeletor chase back, so we can get a free promo, a free champion, legendary, for all players, not just new players, all players. We also have a new summon boost, a progressive chance live right now, and take a look at the champions. We've got He-Man back as a potential option. This is pretty good. We've also got Cheshire Cat, and yeah, this is really quite an interesting set of champs, to be honest. We've got Uugo of the Jade as well. We've got Vestal Riverthorn, definitely a really good champ. We've got Kosk of the Two Skins. For the epics, we do have Lion Guard's Galatea from the Argonauts faction. Quite an interesting champion here. Before attacking, has a 25% chance of removing any decreased attack debuffs on this champion and replacing them with their mirrored buff equivalent. So if you get a big decreased attack buff or debuff, she will revert that into a big attack, increased attack. And she also has a 25% chance of removing any increased defense buffs on enemies and replacing them with the decreased attack. So, defense, sorry. So a bit of like a debuffer, even though she's an attack. So you've got an AoE, and that is on her A3. And she also has an A2, which is a block revive if the target is killed. She's an epic champ with a block revive, which is pretty good. And this is really cool. If you kill, look at this. Activates the Apex Slice skill on a random enemy whose HP is decreased by more than 50% from the skill. Occurs once per skill. So that means if she AoEs somebody and does a decent amount of damage, she could also hit that block revive as well. So she's almost doing like a double hit at once. A block revive on an epic's pretty good, not gonna lie. Also a decreased defense debuff. You'll get an extra hit on the A1 if they've already got decreased defense. So pretty cool kit, to be honest. So the model's pretty awesome as well. So yeah, quite a nice epic. But we've also got Fahrakin, like Fat Man. You can't say no to Fat Man, right? He's a really good one. Deflects 20% of all incoming damage this champion receives onto all allies. This damage will be spread equally across all allies. A really good champ, especially in the early game, to get your hands on. Honestly, I would be tempted to put Fat Man in there. If you're going for this progressive chance, I think he's really, really, really good if you haven't got him. But for me personally, as a long-term player, I would love to get some more Argonauts under my belt. So I think I'd probably go for Lion Guard's Galatea. We also have Fenax, pretty good champ as well. Has a decreased defense and decreased speed. Pretty simple kit for this guy, but he has his value. Sacred Order, if you need any more Sacred Order champs. Now, if we have a look, that's going to be the same across Ancient, Primals, and Sacreds. For Voids, we have a bit of a different option. We've got, let's have a look here. Arnon the Shining of the Dwarves faction, a Void legendary. He is an attack champ. His passive increases champion's attack by 5% for each active buff on the enemy team. So you can increase your attack up to 100%. Prevents this champion's death and keep them alive for 1 HP when hit by a fatal hit. Places a stone skin buff on them for 1 turn, then instantly activates the Wrath of Hrothgleim skill. This will not place the Wrath of Hrothgleim skill on cooldown. So that's pretty interesting. If there are multiple champions on the team of this skill, this effect will only activate once. So that's pretty cool. So just to read that again, the Wrath of Hrothgleim skill is the A3. This is an AoE that will ignore increased defense, strength, and shield buffs. And if it kills one enemy, it will decrease the turn meters of all enemies by 50%. So a pretty decent champ on the Shining there. We've also got our good old man, Onriolesu. I don't know how to say that. Little spooky dude. Whenever this champion attacks, all All enemies except the initial target receive damage equal to 25% of the damage dealt to the initial target. This extra damage will ignore 100% of each enemy's defense. The extra damage cannot be critical and will not trigger counterattacks. So basically, this guy's just constantly putting down AoEs, so he can hit, 2-hit on the A1, and if it kills the enemy, he'll get an extra turn. On the A1, it's another 2-hit, which is really cool. And if the target is killed, we'll place a block revive. So that's another block revive come in. On the A3, it's another 2-hit. So this is going to be a really good Fire Knight champ, to be honest. He'll also ignore Stone Skin Shield and Strengthen buffs. And also, every time he's hitting a target, that passive will come into play and do AoE damage across most enemies. So that's a pretty cool champion as well. We've also got this lady here, Crew Trexa. I don't know about her, actually. She's a attack champ, but places a revive death buff on this champion for 2 turns at the beginning of each round. And if it's ascended, places a protected revive buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever this champion kills an enemy with a critical hit, except boss's minions. When this champion is revived with a revive on death, fills a turn meter by 100% and places a 50% increased attack buff on them. Oh, so she can revive herself. That's pretty cool. Oh, a 4-hit on the A1. So that's going to be a really good Fire Knight champion as well. 4 hits from a single A1 is huge for Fire Knight. Attacks on an enemy before attacking has a 75% chance of removing all buffs from the target and a 75% chance of placing a 25% recon debuff, and has a block revive debuff. So there's a lot of block revive champs in this rotation. So if you need block revive champs, this might be a chance. I'm not too fussed about this Void rotation, to be honest. I'm definitely not going to pull any shards. It should also be noted with this progressive chance, we don't have any fusions or anything active. This is kind of a bit of a bait event for your Void shards. I'll be honest, it is a bit of a bait event. Look, you might be interested in getting your hands on He-Man. He is a good champ. If you are a fan of the character, then this is your chance to get him for free. But if you're a bit of a spender, I honestly would just advise getting the Champion Pass. Like, this is... When it comes to spending, there are not many opportunities to get a good deal like this. So 40 for getting He-Man and all of the rewards along with him is not a bad price when you consider... I mean, if you look at, like... Let's have a look. 30 just to get 1 sacred, a few shards. Like in terms of value, this is one of the better ones out there. You're getting a guaranteed legendary. But if I suppose if you're close to the legendary or your mercy, then maybe you want to try it. But personally, for me, I'm going to avoid it. I'm kind of tempted to get this epic, but it's not the end of the world. Like, I don't want to waste my shards. There's probably a good fusion coming around the corner once this He-Man and Skeletor thing is over. So I'm going to hold off for that. I don't know, like, if there's a better thing to do. Also, a fun fact, these new Plarium Points treasure tickets stack up. I've got 6 right now. I might hold on for a little bit. I might hold on until I've got like 20 and then roll them. It can be a fun little way. Look, with the silver tickets, you can get rank 4 chickens. You can get XP barrels. You can get ancient shards, void shards. So pretty cool. Not going to lie. So yeah, get in game. Let me know what you're going to do with this progressive chance. Are you going to spend any shards? Are you not? Let me know, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.